right, chat. So basically, I was in high school. No, I wasn't. That's a lie. Okay, wait. No. Sorry, guys. I'm getting confused about the timeline because my brother's always been a criminal. I was in university at the time. I was going to law school. And I was up really, really early. And by really early, I mean it was around 7 a.m. Okay? And I remember thinking, it's weird that I'm up this early. But since I'm up, I'm just going to get up, right? And so I get up. I remember specifically what I was doing. I was opening a Red Bull. And you know how like a Red Bull, like the can goes like when you open it? I opened it, but then I kept hearing like a weird sound for like coming from upstairs because I lived in the basement at this time. I kept hearing like a really weird sound coming from upstairs. And I was just like, weird, okay. But keep in mind, my brother at this point, and still to this day, was a career criminal who would very often have weird criminal friends come over. So I just thought to myself, something's going on up there. It's not really that big of a deal. So I'm sitting there, I'm like looking through my emails, I'm doing stuff, and all of a sudden, I start hearing police chatter. I hear the little like, shh, you know? And I'm like, am I high? And so I was just like, what the fuck? So chat, pro tip, if you ever start hearing police chatter and things like that, maybe take in your surroundings instead of just darting upstairs. So I was like, I'm just gonna go upstairs and see what's going on. I walk upstairs, and what you have to understand is my door is right here. Okay, this is my door. And then right in front of my door, right here, is a glass door that leads to my backyard. And then over here is my front door that has a big glass that you can see through as well. So I walk up the door, I open the door, and I see about 7 SWAT members with actual fucking like machine guns standing at the back screen door, which is all glass. And he looks at me, I look at him, and he goes, open the front door. And he's pointing to the front door, and I am in, like, chat, I had just woken up, and I'm seeing like 7 men in SWAT uniform, their faces covered, and I'm just like, what the fuck, right? And so I just am like, I don't even think I just go to the front door. I see out through the glass door, there's about 7 more SWAT team members, and I'm like, so I open the door, and they're like, we're looking for blank blank, which is my brother's name, which obviously I'm not gonna dox, and I'm like, I'm just silent. I'm sitting there literally like this. And they're like, where is he? Which room is his? Because they're all like very go, right? Like they're not like going to be like, hey, how are you? Like they're very go. And so I was just like, he's upstairs, the first room after the bathroom. And they just go by me. Like, and I thought there was like 7 people at the front, 7 people at the back. There was at least altogether 50 people. So they all went upstairs into my brother's room, who I know is sleeping. And so they look at me, the people from the back door, and they're like, we have a search warrant, turn around. And I was like, ooh. So I turn, I'm silent, chat. I've said maybe 3 words. And so I was just like, whatever. They turn me around, they handcuff me. 10 out of 10, I'm just kidding. But they handcuff me, and they bring me outside. I am not wearing shoes. And chat, I'm in a big t-shirt in my underwear. So they bring me outside, and then this one really nice SWAT officer was like, she's in her underwear and it's cold out, like it's raining. Like, just let her sit on the couch. And so he let me sit on the couch, and we end up having a conversation, and he's like, blah, 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 we're just talking. And he's like, where are your parents? And I was like, they're at work. And at this point, I'm still just like, I'm like dissociated, right? It's like, I don't even like feel it. I'm just like dissociated. What the fuck is going on? And I see my brother. They have my brother back, arms behind him like this, bringing him down the fucking stairs. And he's like, fuck you guys, none of you guys are pigs, blah, 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 yelling. And I'm like this on the couch. What the fuck? Like, I'm like, what the fuck? And he sees me. Then he realizes, like, he sees me there. I guess he might have thought that I was at school or like wherever I was. And he looks at me and he goes, call mom and dad and call Steve. And I go, who the fuck is Steve? I'm like, who is Steve? And he goes, it's my lawyer. Call Steve. And he's like being dragged out of the house. I don't know. I didn't fucking know who Steve was at this point. I didn't. Anyways, I was like sitting there, what the fuck? The officer I made friends with who was sitting with me was like, what is going on? Like, what drugs is he on? He's like, what drugs is your brother on? And so I'm saying what drugs he's on because, like, I know, obviously. And so he's just like, yeah, that's crazy, da-da-da-da. And he's like, listen, we gotta search the house. We can't wait for your parents because we have heard a report that there's pew-pews in the house. So we can't wait. Like, we don't know who else is in the house. We just need to search through it. Chat, keep in mind, we had about 4 dogs at this point. And these dogs are not well trained. They're not my dogs, they're my parents' dogs. They are not well trained. So I say to the guy, I'm like, listen, these dogs are the worst dogs to man. If you're gonna search around, which is fine, like you have every right to do that, please put them outside because they will go after you guys. And so this guy was very nice. I'm very lucky. I had to bring these fucking dogs outside who don't listen to me. 4 of them were in the backyard barking, screaming, fucking freaking out because there's 50 fucking men just raiding the house. They're going through everything. They took everything out of my brother's room. Like literally everything you can possibly think of, they took out of they took his winter jacket, bro. They took his winter jacket, they took his phone, they took his laptop, they took any clothes, blah, 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 blah. So then I was like, can I just ask like what you guys are like what triggered this? Long story short, chat, without getting into too many details, pretty much his ex-girlfriend showed them, this is so bad. She showed them a video of my brother and his ex-girlfriend taking a video of one another, like a TikTok video, to a Harley Quinn and Joker audio, and my brother is showing off a fucking pew-pew. And like putting it to her head and being like, we're like Joker and Harley Quinn. Anyways, yeah. And so they took everything. They took all of his drugs that they had, everything, da-da-da-da-da. And then I still think the funniest thing that possibly happened that whole night is then they went into my room, and in my room at this point I had all of my mom had framed out and put in like little frames all of my like acceptance letters to university because she was very proud of me, right? Like she has one son who's a drug dealer and showing off guns on TikTok and a daughter who's getting into all these universities. So she hung them up in my room, and the guy comes back to where I'm sitting and it goes to me and goes, you know, I saw all this stuff like hung on your walls at university, like at least your parents have one good child. And I'm like, period. Yeah. Period. That is the time I've been swatted. That is the first time I was swatted. It happened 2 more times, chat. Anyways, like and sub for more stories, chat.